One of the top comments I have gotten from my last two videos is the question of how do you animate lip sync for multiple characters in a scene?
I mean, yeah, like if you want me to join the conversation, how do you make that work?
Exactly. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 main ways that I know how to do this and that I use most often. We're going to rank them from the easiest all the way to the most advanced.
Only if you're buying next time. Tell us more about what we have planned for this episode.
Then I'll burn until you can't ignore me.
Who in the world wrote this prompt? I need more action.
There's 100 of us. What's the worst that can happen?
Okay, should we get started?
Absolutely. All right, the first and the easiest method to do this is by using a tool that simply supports multi-character lip syncing. And this is because with most AI lip sync tools, if you upload more than one character, it either fails or randomly decides what character it wants to do the lip sync for. Like in this case,
Hi, hello, hey.
the female voice went to the male's voice. And in this other case, it actually lip synced both of them at the same time.
Hi, hello, hey.
So you need a tool that understands multiple characters and can give you a bit more control. And one tool that I know that does this up to 10 characters is Runway ML. So we're gonna head over to Runway ML. I'm gonna show you how you can do that. It's pretty easy. All right, so we have Runway opened right here. So what you wanna do is click right here where it says All Tools. And then you wanna use this tool here that says Lip Sync Video. What you wanna simply do is go to Select Asset and upload your image. And you can also do a video, but we'll start with the image. As you see, it automatically detected all the 4 faces in this particular image, and you can go all the way up to 10 images in one picture. So next, right here on the corner, I'll just add a dialogue and select what face I want to associate with that dialogue. And then I'll select right here and do the 4th face. So now whenever I do my lip sync, it will go to that particular face. And I can type right here, whatever I want the character in that face to say. And if I click on the mic icon here, I can select what voice to use when it does the text to speech. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. I'll show you the other option. You can also upload your custom audio. So in my case, I already mentioned I like to use 11 Labs. So I have done all my voiceover using 11 Labs. So I'm just gonna go ahead and upload that for each of the 4 characters. And then simply just hit generate. That's going to take a couple of minutes, and that's what this looks like.
Gentlemen, today we face the beast.
I say we punch it in the face.
Statistically speaking, the gorilla has a 92% chance of reducing us to jungle dust.
Relax, bras. It's just a monkey on steroids. There's 100 of us. What's the worst that can happen?
So as you can see, it did the lip sync for all the 4 characters, and it tried to add a little bit of subtle movement to the other characters when one character is speaking. But if you look at that, it's quite liveless and there's not much going on in that. There is a way to make this better because it can also accept videos. You want to use a tool like Clean AI, Runway, or any video generator to generate an idle motion for your character, so you can prompt for hand movement, a little bit of gestures, then take that back into the tool and do the lip sync there. That way they have a little bit more of life. Let's show you how to do one. We're going to use Runway ML to animate that. I'm just going to put a prompt right here to add some subtle movement to the characters. The most important thing to note here is that you kind of want to make sure that the characters don't move their face a lot. If not, the tool is going to fail. It fails very often. So I've tried a lot to reinforce to say that my characters are looking forward. So and that's what the idle state looks like. You see they have a little bit of motion going on. This way when we do the lip sync, this motion still stay. So I'm going to go back to the tool and then this time around upload this video that we just generated rather than an image. And just like the image, it detected all the 4 faces. Then I will go ahead and do the same thing, assign a dialogue for each of the 4 faces, and then we'll go back to regenerate our video. And that's what that looks like now.
Gentlemen, today we face the beast.
I say we punch it in the face.
So that version has a little bit more live in it. And if you spend some more time creating your pre-video that you upload, you can get a result that looks much better. So I've spent some more time on this and used some more advanced techniques, which we'll talk about later in this video. And here is what the final output looks like when we put everything together and do some sound design.
Gentlemen, today we face the beast.
I say we punch it in the face.
Statistically speaking, the gorilla has a 92% chance of reducing us to jungle dust.
Relax, bros. It's just a monkey on steroids. There's 100 of us. What's the worst that can happen?
Let's move on to our next two methods. I like to group them into what I call character isolation. It just simply means that whatever image you upload to your lip syncing tool, you just want to ensure that you only have one character in that image. And there are two ways that you can achieve this, which is the next two methods we're going to talk about. So the first is by using what we call single character coverage. So what you want to do is that you can have an establishing shot that lets your audience know where your characters are. But whenever you have a dialogue, you cut to a close-up shot of the character who is speaking. And when you have the next dialogue, you switch to another close-up shot of the other character who is speaking. So this way, at every point that a character is speaking, you only have close-up shots of them. So they're the only one in the frame of that shot. This way you don't have issues when you're lip syncing that. All right, so let me go ahead and show you how you can do that in practice. Actually, one of the easiest way you can achieve this is using my GPT, the one that I showed in my last video, because I've instructed this GPT to take this behavior to always make sure that whenever there's a dialogue, it never has two characters in the scene. Now, it doesn't always follow this, but for the most of it, it should be able to help you with that. So if you've not watched the video, once again, how to access this GPT is you just go to the GPT store and search for animation script builder. So the prompt I've given it here is 3D style animations of two ladies having a conversation in a cafe. And I just said I wanted to start with some establishing shot. All right. So you see right here, the GPT went ahead and generated for me two characters. The lady and her friend described what they were like. And then I've said go ahead to generate the characters. So you see it's also gone ahead to generate for me the first lady, a full character profile for her, and a full character profile for the second lady. And then now I'm just going ahead to ask it to generate the full script. So it's generate the script for scene by scene. So for scene one, it's giving me all my shots that I need. You can see all the prompts there, text to image. So I'll just go ahead right now, right in the same GPT, I'll just tell it to generate the first shot. So you see the first shot is a wide establishing shot. So it helped me to generate that. Then I'm going to click on generate second shot. So it's done that. So now this one actually has a dialogue. So because it has a dialogue, you can see it's using a close-up of the lady. And when I do the next shot, because this one also has a dialogue, we have the close-up of the second lady speaking. So at every given point, I do not have both ladies in the same shot at the same time. So when it's done, I now have all these images for my scene. As you can see, anyone that has somebody speaking, we only have the one person in that shot. Now I can take these images, put it to any lip syncing tool. I talked about a number in that other video. So for example, I'm using Dreamia here. I will just upload her image, go right here, click to upload my audio, and then click on generate. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same for all my other shots. And then once I have that ready, I just need to put this all together in a video editor. Right now I'm using CapCut because it's free. I typically use Premiere Pro, but I'll use CapCut because it's free so you can all follow along. So I've just headed over to CapCut and just dragged all the videos and just simply arrange them in the order that I want them to come. So put in my establishing shots where I need it to be and put in my dialogue shot one after the other. And with that, I can now add some sound design and some background music. And this is what that sounds like.
You know, I didn't expect this place to be so charming.
Right? It's like it's been plucked straight out of one of those cozy travel blogs.
We should make this our regular spot.
Only if you're buying next time.
Another very popular approach that builds on what we just talked about is the over-the-shoulder shot, where you have a little bit of your second character in the scene, but then your main subject is in front. This is very common in fight sequence. And I'm going to show you a very quick example of this before we move on to our final method for doing the lip sync. So and again, I'm going to still be using the animation script builder. This time around, I simply just prompted it to generate for me an anime style script. And I mentioned specifically that wherever we have dialogue, I want the over the shoulder style shot. So it's gone ahead like before to generate all my characters and each of my individual scene, ensuring that whenever there's dialogue, I only have one character in the shot. And again, like I did previously, I've taken each of these shots and gone to animate them on Clean AI and did my lip syncing separately. Now, there's a lot going on in this particular video. I did a lot of extra work with the prompting and some video editing. I might do a full breakdown video and dump in the members section of this channel. So if you're a member, expect that to come in the next couple of days. And if that's something that you want to see, also as a broader community, how to do anime style animations, let me know in the comments and I might do a dedicated video on that. Just make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn on that notification bell so that you see that whenever I release that video. So now after putting everything together, doing some sound design, doing some additional video editing work, this is what the over the shoulder shot looks like using this same technique that we just discussed.
You always act so calm. Let's see how long that lasts.
Your fire is loud. Mine speaks in silence.
Then I'll burn until you can't ignore me.
Enough. Time to teach you a lesson.
But what if you actually want both characters in the scene and not use Runway, use any advanced lip syncing tool that's out there and still achieve this? This leads me to my third and final method of doing this, which is masking. The idea here is that you simply mask out one of the characters, then animate the individual character, and then you can come back and composite them back into your scene using a video editor. It's not as complicated as it sounds, and I'm going to show you how to do it. There are 4 broad steps involved. The first step is preparing your images. So I have right here an image of 2 podcasters, which I've created using ChatGPT, and I want them to both speak at the same time in the shot. So what I'm simply going to do is we're going to use CapCut for this. I'm going to go to CapCut, drag and drop the image in here. And then if you go right here to the right, you would see the option for mask. I'm going to click on add new mask. So as you can see, it's added that right there. So I'm just going to then drag to adjust the masks. And then right here at the bottom, I'm going to feather it so that the mask is a little bit softer. Now, you can see I have just the lady in this shot. I'm going to copy this image and I'm going to paste it. So I have the second one. Then I'm simply going to drag my mask and move it to the male. And then what I have right now, if I close this, is I have just the female on one side and just the male on one side. All right, so once we have done with that, we just want to export our images. And to do that, if you go right here, you see a little eye icon. You can use that to hide the male. And then if we go to the top, you just click on the menu here, just say export still frames. I'll give this a name. I'll say this is my female host. So it just has her image. And then I'm going to export that. And I'll repeat the exact same process for the male, where I hide the female and enable the male and just go ahead and export him and save that as the male host. Okay, so now I have 2 images, an image of just the lady and an image of just the male. Let's move on to step number 2, which is very important. It's preparing your audio. This makes your life much easier if you do it this way. So I'm going to head back to CapCut. I have all my audios already right here on CapCut. So I'm going to drag the audio. And what you want to do is arrange them in the order that you want them to actually sound in the final video. So I'm going to start with the lady. The lady says something. The male responds. And then I'm going to drag right here and have the female response back. So if you notice, I've put them in 2 layers. The male is on the top layer and the female on the bottom layer, just so that I can mute one when I export it and it will become clear in a second. So let's play that to hear what it sounds like.
Turning to you, John. Tell us more about what we have planned for this episode.
Absolutely. We'll be exploring AI animation techniques and how to get the most out of them.
So that's what that sounds like. So now we want to export these 2 tracks individually. So I'm going to mute the male, and then I'm going to go to export, and then you want to just disable video and do audio only, and then I'm going to call it my male host, and then I'm going to go back and mute the other track and also export the one for my female host. Now I have 2 separate tracks, one that has all the female dialogue, and whenever the male was supposed to be speaking, there will be a little bit of a dead space so that she's still being animated in the scene while he's responding, and the same thing for the male. Now, The third step is to actually create our animations. So now you're going to take the image of just the lady. I'm going to put it in any tool. So right now I'm using Dream. And then the audio that we exported that has just her dialogue, I'm going to upload it on Dream and have it animate all of that. Then I'm going to repeat the exact same thing with the image of the male and his audio file that we did. So now we have two animations, one that just has the vocals of the female and all her animations, and then another one that has the vocal of the male and all his animations. The final step in this, the fourth step, is now just to bring this back to your editor. It's quite simple. So I'm going to go back to CapCut, remove everything on the timeline, drag this video that we just did for just the female, and drag the video that we just did for just the male. If we did everything right, they should be the exact same length. If you notice here, we cannot see the female. I'm just going to go back and add again the mask to mask out the black parts of the image. And then that way you see we now have the both hosts in the shot. And if we play that, it should all sync up beautifully. Let's see what that sounds like.
Turning to you, John. Tell us more about what we have planned for this episode.
Absolutely. We'll be exploring AI animation techniques and how to get the most out of them.
Excited about this one. So make sure you stay tuned. We will be right back.
The good thing about this method is that you can do an unlimited amount of characters. You just simply mask each character that you want to speak and then you composite them back. It does get a little bit complicated when you have many characters because you have to mask them out individually, which is what I did in the gorilla shot that I showed earlier on, the more advanced option. I masked each of the characters out and composited them back into the shot. So those are the main three ways that I know how to do it. If you know other ways, do put it in the comments so that we can all learn from it. And now, before I release this video, Google just announced Veo 3, which blew my mind in how well it does multi-character syncing and the quality of videos that it generates.
Who in the world wrote this prompt? I need more action. And I need a better weapon. What is this? Is this a fork?
I'm currently working on a video on Veo 3 that should be out in the next couple of days. So if you want to make sure you see that video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way you're going to get notified whenever I release that video. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Make sure you keep learning. Bye-bye.
If we can now speak, it's about time we start writing our own prompts.